Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilley's Landing Resort in Marina on Lake Taneycomo. We're going to do one cast today. I've got Jackson again with me. Nobody else. As you can see, they have started running floodgates again. They started running them five floodgates at 1 foot each this morning at 9 o'clock. They've got 3 units going. Supposedly they have that 4th unit is down, and that's why they're running the 5 gates to make up for it. Table rock has risen over 3 feet. It's over 18 and a half. Actually, it's raised 3.5 feet. It started well below 915. It was 914 and some change. So, and it's still coming up. I'm going to go ahead and throw a white jig, then I'm going to talk a little bit more. I've got a white 1/8 ounce jig, 4-pound line. We're hoping that some shad are coming through. Coming over the top. That was a bite. Try to catch one on the first cast here. Okay, that's long enough. I don't think I had it down very deep. Well, the water temp over here on the warm side is 54, almost 55 degrees. When I started off at the dock, it was 49 degrees. So the water coming over the top has warmed the lake up. It was 43 degrees, has been 43 degrees coming out of the bottom through the turbines. So that's good. The trout are going to be a lot more active. So we should see an improvement really in the catching. There have been reports, Jeremy Resnick said that they caught them on white jigs up here earlier today, but not super good. Of course, I've only got one bite. And you know, last year at this time we had a lot of times when they're running these gates, kind of the same thing, 3 turbines and 1 gate. We'd see a little bit of action up here on a white, so we felt like that they were seeing some shad come through, but not enough. See, I think I got a couple touches there because I was getting bumps, and if it was bottom I would have had a bunch of moss on it. It was clean. So they're probably not seeing a lot of shad, and they're getting eaten, and the fish up here by the cable are probably eating them. Oh, that was a bite. Pretty quick, and the fish down further probably aren't seeing a lot of shad. That's typically what happens. But I've gotten some short bites. They're not excited about it. Now I came up here, what, yesterday. Yeah, came up here yesterday and threw a white jig, didn't get a bite. Or did I? I caught one. So they sure weren't excited about white yesterday, so I've already gotten more bites. Than I did yesterday. Of course, there's a lot more water running. They're running about 15,000 CFS. Table Rock's still coming up. Beaver Lake's still coming up. They got actually more rain than we did down there, and they have not started running beaver yet. There's a fish chasing my jig. I missed him, little rainbow. They have not started running water down there yet. It's come up about 4 feet. I'm down to the islands. Oh, I just missed another one. I gotta be careful not to run into the island. So I'm doing really good on bites. Not real good on hookups. Jeremy did say his people, when they were up here fishing, had several real good bites and had one good fish on, but they kept coming off. So I'll have to tell him maybe it wasn't them. These fish are eating it, but they're not being super aggressive, not yet. So what typically happens when this water starts like this, and we've actually had some really good history to go by last year, is of course the nightcrawler bite's going to be real good. Minnow bite below Fall Creek should be real good. You're just going to have to add more weight to get down. The scud bite should really get good. This heavy current dislodges a lot of those bugs from the gravel. It starts rolling the gravel, and the fish that we're going to start seeing, if they're not full of shad, they're going to be full of scuds. Especially below Fall Creek, we're going to see a lot of rainbows that are going to be full of scuds below Fall Creek. So that drift from Fall Creek down to Shore Creek towards the inside bend should be really good. Drifting a scud like a number 12 or even a number 10 scud, a big scud. We're probably going to see this water for a couple of weeks. We are supposed to get another rain on Wednesday, but I know the forecast is for maybe an inch. Well, I hope I catch a fish. It felt like a bite, but no way. Oh, it's moss. I was gonna say, catch a fish reeling in. Of course, anytime we get current like this, you've just got to be real careful and watch what you're doing. Watch where you're drifting into, stay away from the banks unless you're pretty confident in in your ability to control your boat, I would suggest wearing a life jacket. There was one guy in a kayak, I passed him down there at Lookout Island by himself, had no life jacket on. I'm kind of working the edges just because I like to. We saw Bill Babbler and I came up and watched them open the gates this morning, and we saw one spoonbill float by. They came over the top. I don't think this is enough water to really bring in very many bass or the warm water species sometimes we see. Typically we catch them along this bank, but the last couple of times they've done this, we hadn't had that many bass come over. I think I'm going to move out away from the bank. I'm not getting bit at all in the slower water. If you feel like you got a bite, you set the hook. I'm seeing a fair amount of moss in the water, but it's not bad at all. So Jeremy said that they were up here drifting, probably shadfly on the bottom, and there was just too much moss. That will clear up. With all this fast current, it tends to kick all that stuff up and kind of clean out the lake a little bit. So it'll get better. But typically May is the worst month for that moss algae that comes out of Table Rock. Bill Babbler, who lives on Table Rock, that guides up there a lot, said that the moss is getting pretty bad around the dam. I'm gonna go back up here in a minute. I like to catch one fish. The longer these gates stay open, the better chance of more moss. Better chance of these fish seeing shad up here. You know, last time, that one Sunday that we had a lot of shad come over the top, we had a real strong northwest wind, and the idea is, I think I just picked up some more moss. The idea is that northwest wind pushes shad right up against the dam face. Then they get sucked through the gates. more time. Yeah, I think when I reel in, I get a bunch of moss. Ooh, I might have just had a bite. Well, I think it's exactly what I said about, you know, last year and not getting any bites on white once you get down a little ways from the dam. We're going to go back up and see if we can catch one. I'm sitting in the middle a little more than the last time I came up here. I was on the south side. It's safe to say that they're not seeing many shad up here. That's my guess. Unless they're getting really educated. I might have hit bottom. No, nothing on it. The creeks are already fishable. Jeremy and Bill Babler said that they went down, they caught fish in the mouth of Coon Creek, which is just across from the landing. But he said that Turkey Creek and Rourke Creek were just still had some color in them in the water. But he said by tomorrow for sure There'll probably be a lot of fish in those creeks. I should have brought my scud box and tried drifting a scud up here. I don't think it's too early to try that. But I thought I'd catch a few fish on white at the least. Give a couple more casts. We'll definitely keep coming up here and trying it. Maybe not on doing one cast, because I don't like to do the same thing consecutively, unless it's just awesome up here. So Blake might do something else tomorrow. Don't know. But we're going to definitely keep our eye on it up here and just see if these fish turn on. I think I just hit moss up. Nope, it's got moss on it, so it's probably bottom. Last cast. I think if you look up some of our videos from last May, you'll probably find that we're basically saying the same thing about the fishing up here. With floodgates going, we're all excited to get up here and not seeing any shad, and then the fishing's a little tough. We come up here expecting really to catch some nice fish, and nothing. It's alright, it's fishing. That's it. Thanks for watching. We will keep an eye out for you, and we'll try it again tomorrow. Thanks. I've had a couple of bites along the bluff here below Lookout. I rolled a real nice fish, but all in all it's been slow until I hooked this one. It's a pretty nice rainbow, so I'm going to put it on the end of one cast. At least you can see a fish if I get him in. I never want to assume. Oh, I just barely got him too. I can't lift him by the jig or I'll lose him. Just barely got him. Right in the nose. I'm surprised he stayed on. That 18 inch, but it's nice solid fish though. Pretty. Got to see one. Well, I hooked another nice fish. Not quite as long, but man, he's got a belly on him. Pretty rainbow. Right out of, I'm getting them out of the eddies. I'm not catching anything in the fast water. I got him a lot better. There we go. Well, you got to see two fish. Well, I had to come back up and drift this bank again. For part of it anyhow. And this is the third fish I've hooked. Sometimes when you go out, you just catch all big ones. Just don't catch very many. But I have to tell you, somebody's frying fish. Yeah, it smells really good. It's not fair. I really like showing off these rainbows that Taneycomo has. They're incredible, incredible fish. I think I got him good enough. Look how pretty he is. That's three. Oh. Okay. It's another male. It's got a big old hook jaw. Pretty cool.